while the Democratic Alliance says the decision by the SABC not to broadcast its advert is censorship and is preventing the people of South Africa from seeing the truth about how the ANC has set South Africa on fire. So let's discuss this further now. We'll speak to Nomahlubi Khwinana, who is the South African Human Rights Commissioner. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Let's just start first with the reason why the Human Rights Commission says, it condemns the burning of the SA flag in that advert.
Well, what we have actually said in our statement is that we have raised concerns with regard to remarks and even behaviors of violence, xenophobia, the defacement of political material, the discretion of national symbols, even or the flag, and the disruption of essential services such as education. And we are saying that it is important that all those actions do not destabilize our democracy, and also they do not threaten the right to vote and for us to be able to campaign free and fairly as different political parties, as members of the society at large. So ours is, we are definitely going to monitor any possible violation of human rights, because you will note that our mandate in terms of Section 184 of the Constitution, it is to look at any violation of human rights whilst we monitor, promote, and protect human rights violations.
Does this advert fit that particular category?
Well, that will remain to be seen. Remember, as an institution, ours is exactly to monitor and so forth. But at the same time, we will have to be privy to the matter, and it should be brought to our attention. And as such, we will then follow our due processes, because as a commission, we do not just do what one can term public findings. What we do is, firstly, we follow the due process, investigate, and then at the right time, we will then produce our report, which will then will be clear and concise as to what are our findings with regard to any conduct that may have been perpetuated by any person.
So appreciating what you were saying then to us tonight, I mean, there are reports that are attributing the condemnation of this particular flag to the Human Rights Commission, and I'm listening to what you're saying. It sounds like you're saying that it's still too early for statements like condemnation, because you are going to be investigating. So I suppose then, looking at this particular report by IOL and quoting your spokesperson, Wisani Baloyi, may have jumped the gun a bit there.
Well, our statement, I'm not sure how you read it, but it simply says that we are raising a concern about anything that is untoward, which is threatening the democratic right to vote for any citizen in the country. That is our concern.
So I read, pardon me, Ms. Khwinana, I read the statement. I was talking about the report. There's an article that is saying that the Human Rights Commission is condemning that. So I'm saying that that particular article then seems to be jumping the gun, if I'm listening to what you're saying and also reading the statement that you've issued.
Yeah. At this time, as the South African Human Rights Commission, firstly, we do not have any case that has been reported, and we are currently not investigating. But we are definitely paying attention to what is going on around the country. We will note that as a commission, we have registered as observers with the IEC in order for us to be able to monitor the elections during that time. And of course, leading to the elections. So already we have started with our work, and we are just paying attention to everything that is happening around the elections. And that is why we want to say to political parties, to members of the public, and the members of their parties, that once we have the right to vote, it comes with responsibilities. So it is for all of us to be responsible during this time, and also to remember that there is limitation with every right. Thank you.
And when it comes then to the elections, I mean, you talk about the monitoring and how the political parties are also going about their campaign trail, and you are, also looking at what is taking place there. How concerned are you as the Human Rights Commission, especially when you see, some of what gets said in, during the campaign trail and all of that, when it comes then to the contribution of possibly maybe violence? Are you concerned about that, or do you think that what has been said so far doesn't get to that point?
Well, we are definitely concerned, and that is why we wrote in our statement that although freedom of expression is sacrosanct and enshrined in the Constitution, we hold a thought that these speeches might seek to enrage, and especially where they are coupled with xenophobia or hate speech, or that they're inciting violence. As we lead to the polls, it is imperative that we all make sure that we uphold the law, and we definitely make sure that the law with regard to the elections is known to all of us that are acting within that sector, and whilst at the same time ensuring that we uphold the law, because the spirit of Ubuntu must always prevail at all times. So if anything is going to threaten this democracy, that is where we will have to step in and protect any violation of human rights.
All right, so Ms. Khwinana, thank you so much for your time. And let's see then, as we getting closer to the 29th of May, and see if there would be any matters that then become investigated and what happens then going forward. But do appreciate your time this evening. That it was Nomahlubi Khwinana, who is the South African Human Rights Commissioner.